a lot of times what ends up happening in software, again, remembering that software is an incredibly complex domain. Three people can say the same thing and it can mean four different things in their head. And because we're talking about these ethereal concepts, we're not talking about a house where I can see, oh, hey, you put that door in the wrong place, or you flipped it. I wanted it to open in and it's opening out. Like, we can see those things and we can flag them and we can fix them very early in the process. I think, and this construction metaphor is working really well. I think that most companies would succeed more in their software process in their software projects by having a type of general contractor, by having somebody who is a software developer, who is not involved in the software development process, but acts as a liaison between the business owner and the person writing the software, so that they can translate. So when the business owner says, I want it to be fast, man, that can mean so many different things. And if you're working with an outstanding software agency, obviously they're going to be able to communicate these things well. But a lot of times, if you're trying to outsource your work overseas, nothing wrong with that. But one of the things that you lose is the fidelity of the communication. So when you say, or whatever, I want this button right here and I want it to do X, man, there is a ton of gaping space there for interpretation. Mm-hmm. And if you're not linking that back to the core business purpose, that make that little mistake 1,000 times over the course of even a 1-month project, and you can easily see why projects just fall apart. They just completely fall apart. And that's something that we've actually done before. We've stood between essentially a business owner who needed this and an existing developer that they already liked. They didn't want to fire them or find somebody else, but we came in and helped them clarify, okay, here's exactly what we need this software to do. We've designed database schemas where we said, hey, here's what this software needs to be able to do. You can now take this schema and hand it to any developer, and it's like code. It's written in a way that you can't misinterpret it, so it's going to accomplish your business goals, but you don't have to be able to speak the language of the developer. And I think that's something that's it's hard, and a lot of people, product people, tend to fill this translator role, but it's not always bulletproof. And small and medium-sized businesses, for the most part, they don't have product teams.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I would think about. If I was a business owner, hearing these words, these wise, sage wisdom words from Adam, I would find myself a general contractor. I would find somebody who knows software, even if I don't actually want them or need them to build the software. Mm-hmm. And I would have them stand between, and I would talk about my business. They're not allowed to talk code to me. They can only talk business. They can only talk product. And then they would be my trusted liaison to then communicate and extrapolate that out to a dev team.